There we go. I see me now. And we're going to hit this one now. I'm going to be talking about getting out of your comfort zone and what that means as a singer and an artist to get out of your comfort zone. I would love to hear your questions. I would love to get comments from you, get some feedback. I'd love you to be a part of this. Hi, we are talking about, I'm going to move this camera over here for this other application I'm on. I would love to get comments from y'all and questions. I'm going to be talking about getting out of your comfort zone today. What it means to get out of your comfort zone, what you need to do to get out of your comfort zone, why you need to get out of your comfort zone as a singer, as a performer, as an artist, as a human. We have to get out of our comfort zone. Okay. We're checking on it here. We're checking on it. Great. YouTube is working. I'm going to be doing these lives weekly with you. Right now, we're going to be on a Friday at 1 o'clock until otherwise notified. We're going to be here regularly. So I'd love for you to come join me, invite your friends, ask me questions. As a singer, vocal technique, artist identity, branding. Ask me questions. Tell your friends, come join me. I'm going to talk vocal technique. I'm going to have different subjects. If there's something you want me to talk about, tell me. I'm going to talk about it. I really want to work, like I said, it's all on vocals, technique, style, artist identity. What else? Yeah, let's talk about it. So, getting out of your comfort zone. It's kind of a cliche phrase, right? So interesting. I was talking to Sean, the brand man, and Corey about this, how marketing can seem like really simple. Oh, it's just so simple. Like, what a simple idea, brat green. But it's not simple. It comes from, and thank you, Gillian Welch. We were talking, I'm going to quote her because she said something so brilliant. She said, the obvious or the, duh, it's a no-brainer because you've been paying attention for 20 years. They did something for their artwork, for their photography. And, I was talking about how, and with Sean, this idea of like, it seems so simple and you think, oh, I could do that. It's just so simple. But it's not. It's years of experience. It's a no-brainer. It seems like the idea happens like this, or it comes in from the right side when you've been making all these plans and you're doing a video shoot, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, what if we do this? That spontaneous, beautiful idea is 20 years in the making. You've been paying attention for years. Your brain has learned from. Give me one sec, because it looks like we're not in Instagram, and we should be. So I don't know why we're not. It says we are. I'm just asking my team to take a look. Give me one second. I'll get back into my flow. Let's see here. Huh. Weird. Let's try again. So it's your brain that has said, I've learned all of these things. I've learned all of these things, stream key. I've learned all of these things from all of my experiences. I know how I work in the studio. I know how my voice works. I know what I need to do. Like, all of this deep work happens when you're doing all of these things, right? When you're doing your work. And then in the moment, you're able to implement an idea. You're able to implement an idea because you've done all that work. So super cool. Something is being funky here, and I don't know what's going on, why we're not getting one of our things. Hey, everybody, please ask me questions, join some comments. And let's get in here. Okay. So, getting out of your comfort zone as an artist, what is that about? Getting out of your comfort zone. It means, it really just means something silly. Thank you so much that you love my hair. It's getting a little extra long, but I do too. I like movement, flow. I like volume. I like a little crazy. I like a little messy. I like texture. So there you go. Thank you so much. I got lucky and I take advantage of it. Plus a couple good products. So getting out of your comfort zone is very, very much about um, going into something that's just unfamiliar. That is as simple as out of your comfort zone can be. The unfamiliar. Oh, that's a little weird. I like weird. When I'm doing vocal technique with somebody and they say, oh, that feels weird. I'm like, ooh, that's good. That means we're moving in. We're getting something new and different to happen. We want different to happen. You're literally working with me to make different happen, right? You're actually like training with me in order to make something new happen. Um, sorry, I'm in and out of my flow here because we're having a little trouble with the live stream, and I'm trying to make sure we get it. And sorry, that's our end. I'm gonna see if we can get in here. This was the issue last time. Shoot. Okay, so let me see if I can just do it here. Oh, I can't do it here. Sorry guys, it's just being a little funky, and I'm trying to get just to put it. Okay. Let's do it again. Here we go. Sorry, I know I'm taking up your time here. I'm just trying right now. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, we are where we are. So getting out of your comfort zone, getting into the weird. Now, everything that I say, by the way, I have 30 years experience in the music industry. But it also doesn't mean that like I know everything and everything I say applies to every single moment. Like, don't get weird on me. But and I say this for a reason. So actually, a manipulative person will tell you, oh, you're being overly sensitive to push your boundaries. And that's not being out of your comfort zone. And I actually really want to say that. Being out of your comfort zone just means something new's happening, something's weird, something's unfamiliar. It doesn't mean it's against your integrity. It doesn't mean it's against what you really want to do. It doesn't mean you're saying yes to something you don't want to say yes to. Those are two very, very different things, and I really want to clarify that because there is no doubt that people would take advantage of that. So be aware. Out of your comfort zone just means, oh my gosh, this is new. Oh my gosh, this could be exciting. Oh my gosh, that feels strange. Now, what happens vocally? If you're singing like this and you're like, let's see, what do I want to say? I'll just do a scale and say, ma, 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 ma. If you're used to yelling a little, ma, 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 you're used to yelling a little bit high. And I start you to get more comfortable in doing ma, 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 ma. Oh, one more time. Ma, 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 ma. That's weird. I've never sung it like that before. Yes. Score. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm helping you adjust your voice, make it work differently. The question is, does it feel better? Does it feel easy? Does it feel consistent? Yeah. Then that weird is a good weird. If you are stepping into spaces, and you will be as an artist, as a music artist, if you are stepping into spaces that are new over and over again, a new producer to work with, a new co-writer to work with, oh my gosh, I get to go to this songwriting camp. Oh my gosh, I'm now going from a 50-person venue to a 250 venue to a 2,000 venue to a festival That's a big jump. But oh my gosh, I'm playing my first festival. Oh my gosh, I'm playing on this stage I've always dreamed of playing on. Oh my gosh, I'm playing at the Ryman. I'm playing at the Grammys. Over and over and over again, you will be in new territory, which means you'll be uncomfortable over and over and over. That's going to happen. That's what we want. You want to be elevating. You want to be in new territory over and over. What you need are the skills, emotional, mental, physical, and artistic skills to handle the excitement of those new spaces, the discomfort of the new spaces. And what happens is as you're uncomfortable more and more, and you get better at handling the uncomfortable more and more, it becomes less scary. So out of your comfort zone becomes less scary. Oh no, this is familiar to me. It's familiar to me to be uncomfortable. It's familiar to be vulnerable. It's familiar to me to be working in a space with people that I feel are like wowed by. And you know what? I can still come in with my confidence. I can come in with my skill set. I can come in with my personality and talent. I can show up. And so you need tools to do that. As an artist, as a singer, you need tools to be able to execute vocally under all circumstances. When you're sick, when you're tired, when you got your period, when you're hungover, when it's dry, when it's humid, when you're really tired, when you have high anxiety, when someone just pissed you off right before you go on stage, you need tools to deliver your job successfully. Michael Jordan, basketball player, if his shot was a little cold on a Friday night game, is he going to lose the game? No. He's going to play defense. He's going to pass. He's going to assist. He's going to play all other angles of his game and not just count on the shot. And chances are the shot will come back before the end of the game. But if he kept forcing for the shot and not using his other skill sets, now we might lose the game, right? As a singer, you're feeling, I've got a cold today, because you can hear allergies in the cold. Now, in the big picture, I'm doing things to help take care of this situation that my body is freaking out and has like a big histamine reaction. So I'm doing that for long-term change. Right now, I also have tissue, tea, oil of oregano, my lozenger. So I'm doing like immediate little things too to help. I'm using my alcohol to gargle with and using sinus rinse. And still, I'm like, okay, here's my voice today, and I'm going to deliver this live, and I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to use the straw. Throughout the day, during this live, to help soothe my cords, take down some swelling. So I'm doing all the things, but I'm not going to let this moment say, oh, I can't do it. Oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible. I'm really going to be cool. No, I'm doing all the things to manage it, handle it, change it, improve it, and I'm going to deliver to you with passion. So, as an artist, you need the vocal skills to be able to deliver under all circumstances. And when we're learning those skills, as I said, I'm working with an artist and it starts to feel weird. I'm like, lean into the weird. That's good. That's a good feeling. You have certain vocal habits and they feel familiar. This just feels new and unfamiliar. The more you do it and the better it feels, you're like, oh, it feels better in my voice. I'm less tired. My throat feels open. I like this. You're going to get really, you're going to lean into it more and more, which is a beautiful thing. Yes. Please ask me questions. Throw questions in the comments in the comments. And if you're with me live, I can answer them. And if you're not with me live and you put the comments in later, I can address them at a future live and or answer you here. So please do. Let's see. I love to engage. Now, what else do I want to share with you about this comment business, this discomfort business? So we get more comfortable being uncomfortable, which has to do also with vulnerability. You get more and more comfortable being vulnerable with your audience live on stage, in social media, and choosing like, what am I talking about? What do I want to share with people? What do I like sharing with people? All the good things. And so as you get more comfortable with it, it becomes easier. And then we need the emotional tools. So let's say, like I said, Oh, I'm going into a room with amazing songwriters that I really love and respect, and I'm so nervous about it. And then you need tools. For example, I have pre-show meditation and I have a meditation bundle. So there's a pre-show. You can do that before a show, before a live stream, before you go into a room to work with people. Anything you're doing public facing, you use that meditation. It's going to help you channel your energy, connect to yourself, go do what's important to you, and get rid of a lot of the noise in your mind. I'm going to plug in this little battery before it goes bad, or before we lose it. There we go, solved. And so those meditations can help you. And then you need practices that just help you know, well, what am I walking into this room with? Who am I? What are my qualities? What do I bring to the table? Well, I know I'm funny, or I know I'm a strong top liner. I know that I'm really good at keeping the integrity of the song. I know that because artists that I write with have told me that. Oh, you help us stay true to the song and not let us veer off course. So when that's the case, I now feel really confident to speak up in a songwriting session that says, hey, that lyric is amazing. Does it say what we want to say in the song? Because to me, it says XYZ, and we're trying to say ABC. And when people in the room go, oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we want to stick to this story. Let's save those lyrics for another song. I'm not shy to say that because I know that that's my role in the room. So when you know who you are, when you know what you bring to the table, when you can walk in with confidence because you're like, hey, I know that I bring humor to the room. Let's say you're the comedian, you're the jester. It doesn't mean you're going to be a clown in the room all the time, but it will mean I'm going to feel more comfortable to be a little silly, crack a joke, because you know that that's a strength you have. So you know that you can bring it to the room. You will bring it to the table, and that's a very good thing. So tools to work your anxiety. Do you meditate? Do you work out? Do you just check in with your feelings? To know that whoo, I feel anxious. That's, when I was young, before I performed live, I would, before I performed live, on going on stage or something, I would get really cold. Get really cold and have to go to the bathroom. And so it was oh, that's just a towel. I'm nervous. That's my adrenaline kicking in. And so I knew myself. I was okay, you get cold, have a scarf or have a jacket. Go to the bathroom before you go on stage. But this is just your nervous system saying, oh, we're kicking in adrenaline. And if you can just acknowledge, I feel XYZ, your body, your brain will be oh, thank you. You heard me. You get what's going on. And then you can address it. Okay, I'm going to do some breathing exercises, or I'm going to do some jumping jacks, or I'm going to work out my voice. I'm going to let this emotion out as I start to sing. We get tools to deal with our discomfort. But in order to excel, you have to get out of your comfort zone. There are 3 states: creation, maintenance, destruction. We want to be in creation all the time. You want to be in creation, creating, in the flow of creativity, creating. The minute you're in, I'm just trying to keep things the same, I'm trying to hold on to the status quo, I don't want anything to change, you are closer to destruction. And the universe, the world will create destruction in order to bring you back to creativity. So we don't ever want to just be in everything's cool. And I'm not talking about it has to be better, it has to be better. It's not even that. It's just if we're afraid or we're trying to maintain the status quo, we got to get back into the flow of what is next? What else could I do to share? What else could I create? How else could I bring my passions to the world? How else could I make my life more fulfilling? How else could I serve other people? How could I serve you? So when we are in the flow of creation, we are going to be stretching boundaries, reaching new heights all the time. Now, one of the practices that I recommend to people is in the morning to do a gratitude list. Make a gratitude list. Start your day with, I feel grateful for XYZ. I'm so glad that I have this in my world. When you start with gratitude, you will really shift your perspective of the day. You will really look at everything you have in a different way and treat it differently. I did this with Lynn from Paris, and I can talk about it and share it. Hi, Hunter. Yes, watermelon. Um, and I can talk about it because she talked about it. And she said, when I first asked her to do this gratitude list, she thought to herself, does this have to do with music and my singing? And I said, and I think she told me that like a year and a half later. And I was like, oh, that's funny because I'm pretty sure you just texted me, cool, on it. Right? You got it, coach. I'm doing it. Um, and in the beginning, she was just saying like grateful for my morning coffee, grateful, and I just kind of looking it around. And by the end of the week, she was like, I'm making music in Europe. I'm doing the thing I always wanted to do. Like she really started to recognize that her life was beautiful. Things were really, really, there's so much going. And and the couple things that she was struggling with, and one of them was, vocally why she was working with me, was like, I'm on it. I'm doing the work for it. I've got a coach for it. Whatever struggles are happening in my life, like I'm going to work it out. Everything's actually really good. And when we can look at life that way, our problems really do become smaller and manageable. And then we actually find solutions as well. I wigged out the other day. Talk about being out of your comfort zone. I made a rookie mistake and I deleted something that was so essential. We spent 2 days on this project, 2 full days, and I did not have a copy of any of it anywhere. I didn't have the copy anywhere. I didn't have anything anywhere. And I was just like freaking out, going, oh my God, how did that happen? Oh my God, it's not in the trash. Like what happened? And I start freaking out. And then I went, okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I recognize that I am so mad right now and freaked out right now. I'm upset right now. And I'm really mad at myself right now, but none of that's going to solve it. Let's go to the Oracle. And I literally Googled, like, what do you do when this happens on this app? And then, of course, hey, here's one thing you could try to solve. Here's another thing. I went, oh, that second thing. I've never even seen it said go to file, go to this area on the app. I was like, I've never even seen that area on the app. So my brain didn't know, oh, no problem. I can just go over here and fix it because I'd never been over there. So I went on the app, went over there and found return to version 22 minutes ago. Like, that's it. Came right back. So if I had stayed in my anxiety, if I'd stayed in my freak out, if I'd stayed in the emotions only and fear of what was going on, no solution. The minute I went solution, I can find a solution, and thank goodness for the internet. Holy cow. And just how you get answers like this. And if it's not like this, go find a video and like dig a little deeper, but it's all there. So out of my comfort zone, I went, I need a tool to resolve this. I acknowledge how I'm feeling, but I now need to get into a solution. So and both are important. You need to acknowledge how you're feeling. I couldn't have just been like, stuff it down, stuff it down, stuff it down. I went, okay, I recognize I'm freaking out. I feel this way, but this isn't going to help me. Let me pull it together. And it was solved like that. And then I just went, phew. And then I went, oh, that freak out wasn't really necessary. Right? So I'm going to learn from that next time when you're going to freak out. Just be like, hold on, you found a solution the last time. Before we freak out, can we just look for the solution first? Then fix the rookie mistake. Don't ever make the rookie mistake again. That's how we learn. Take an action, you reflect on it, you adjust, you take an action again. You reflect on it, you adjust, you take an action again. So you learn. This is how we learn. That idea of like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Again, that seems like just a really bad cliche. But the truth of it is, and when you experience it, that is the truth of life. It's not where you're going. Once you're there, it's over and you're on to the next thing and the next moment. Moments only last 3 seconds. But if you look at, I'm going to make a choice and take an action. And then I'm going to reflect, how did that action feel? Did I get what I wanted out of it? Do I like it? Is it leading me somewhere I want to be? Am I with people I like? All the reflections. And then you go, okay, I like X, Y, and Z. I didn't like that. Let's adjust. Let's tweak. Let's take another action with those tweaks. And you just keep doing this. That's actually the journey, right? Like, oh, that's my living experience. I'm living this experience. And I just keep making adjustments. So my lived experience is one that I enjoy and that I like and that is fulfilling and works for me. And it doesn't mean it will all be sweet and peaceful and no, because shit will happen that isn't. But then you reflect and adjust. And you're just constantly curating life that you love. And that's what I want you to do as an artist. I want you to curate a life and art that you love by constantly creating, reflecting on it. Is that me? Is that how I want to be seen? Am I being honest and authentic? Is there another way I could do that that would feel more fulfilling to me and connect with my audience, like share what I want to share the way I want to share it? And then we adjust and we do it again. And getting out of your comfort zone means I'm going to reflect on how I feel right now. What tools do I have that can help me adjust this my state of being so I can feel calmer, more peaceful, more excited, more confident? Cool, that feels better. Take another action. Oh, let's reflect on that one. And that's how we get rituals that work for you before you go on stage. That's how you get a setup in your studio that like makes you feel so good. Like you want to be in your comfort zone in your studio. What makes me feel good to write? What gets my creative juices flowing? What's the lighting need to be like? What's the mood need to be like? What's the ease? This rubber band broke. I gotta get a new one. What makes it easy for me to record and move around my system? Like you want your space to be so curated for you, it feels so good. And then if I'm in someone else's space, what do I need to take with me internally and maybe physically that makes me feel good in that space? I just need me, my tea. I need my thermos with honey, a good tea that I like, that I brew, and my computer. It's pretty much all I need. And comfortable clothes. I want to be comfortable in that space. So I'll take a jacket, a sweatshirt, so if it's cold, I won't get cold. I'll have layers, so if it's hot, I can peel down. Like I just need me, my spirit, and my tea. Like I need my tea. Keep that coming. Sometimes it's having my lozenges on hand. But you might want to bring could be a Lucky Charm thing. It could be, I don't know, maybe like a lava lamp. And you're like, if I just have a lava lamp going, like that just like sets my mood right. And again, you don't need to be silly and ridiculous to be like, without this, I can't write. But what can I do to make my uncomfort zone more comfortable for me? In as simple of a way as possible. That woman, I say that woman, I apologize, I don't know her name. That iconic image, let me see if I can find her name. Olympic shooter. The woman who had all the gadgets and was like so badass at the Olympics and did her shot. There we go. But she had her daughters. She had her daughters' little stuffy hanging from her in her hand. She had it next to her. And that was awesome. I was just like, this woman is in the Olympics, top level in the world at doing this, right? And she's got a little charm from her daughter. That's the simplicity right there. I'm just going to have my daughter with me in this little, whether to her, if it's a good luck charm or it makes her think of her daughter, or her daughter's love and energy. Like, how beautiful that she just had a little simple stuffy, right? What's going to help you? I love candles. I have candles in the fall and winter. Cool. So what are we talking about? You have to get out of your comfort zone to grow. You need to be in over your head. You need to be, you do not succeed until you're in over your head. And then you need to use your skills, up your skills, use your strengths, use your talents to walk into that room and perform with excellence. And that means have skills and tools, do your training. That means know yourself. Who am I? What am I about? What do I bring to this table? How can I walk in here with confidence? Now, I mentioned morning gratitude list. It's going to change the way you see the world. If you got to clean the bathroom, what will make it more fun? Turn on music, use essential oils, make sure it's got, you don't hate the smell of the cleaning products, and you're like, oh, I'm having a good time doing this thing I don't love doing now. That's actual gratitude in action. I'm going to make this more fun for myself. Have a gratitude attitude while I do this. Now, at the end of the day, a self-appreciation list. In my workbooks and my online classes, we have a gratitude list, a self-appreciation list. It's also really nice. My wife and her friends have a text thread, and they share their gratitude list with each other every day. They witness it. They witness one another. They cheer one another. They champion one another. And having your gratitude, having your point of view witnessed is really a beautiful thing. People see your life growth. Little support system. I love that. In Compass, we do it in our Discord group. Now, what's self-appreciation? That's at the end of the day, you just reflect on, I appreciate that I did this for myself today. And that could be, I made a good meal for myself. I took a bath. I made a boundary when I needed a boundary. I stood up for myself. I made a boundary. And it could be, I did the three most important things to move my career along. I finished that song. How do you find community in new spaces? Jordan, I'm going to answer that. Thank you for asking. Um, so that checklist of like, I every day, three things that are the top priorities for you to do to grow as an artist, to grow your business, to grow as a creative. Do those. Do them first in the day. Everything else is gravy. And at the end of the day, when you could say, I did this thing for myself personally, I did this thing for my business, I did this thing, at the end of the day, you go, okay, I moved the needle. I move things along. My to-do list is always growing, but I check these things off and I feel really good about it, because your visions as an artist are going to be big and long and never ending. You're going to add to them. I have a task list that goes into next year already. And it's because I've got plans for next year. And there are some of it's already set up, and some of it's like, okay, that's a big project. Let's put that on Q2 for next year. And when we get there, we'll start building it out. So that list never gets smaller. But while that list is growing, I'm also checking off, did this, did this, did this. And when I look at my checked off list, I feel really, I'm like, okay, I did all that. Because there's no teacher at the end of your day giving you a gold star saying, well done today. You know, you did this, you learned this today, you did this today. You need to self reflect. So when you walk into a room that's like, holy cow, I'm in like performing on the Grammys now, you can look behind you and say, I have already climbed all those mountains. Remember, you did this, you did this, you did this. And when you have somebody write your bio and you go, holy cow, I'm impressed. I did all that. I don't even remember half of that. The reason you don't remember is because when you accomplish it, it's like, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears it took to make it happen. On paper, it just looks like a great accomplishment. You know all the work that went into it. And then once it's done, you're like, well, I'm already on to the next thing. Like, I finished that album and I'm already working on this next project, right? That's why it's important to also not just celebrate it, but internally, like, clock it. Like, we did this. Let's acknowledge it. Let's put a stamp on it, an emotional stamp on it, recognition. So at the end of your day, if you acknowledge the things you've accomplished, it's going to make you feel really good and more confident. It's going to help you when you approach the next big thing that is a little scary and new. It's going to help you as you get out of your comfort zone again the next time. It's going to help you when you feel like a beginner, because you're going to feel like a beginner over and over and over as you are growing and evolving and elevating in your career. You feel like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. That's outstanding. An artist I'm prepping for a show that opens in October in London. It's a pop rock musical, and I'm one of the co-writers of some of the songs. I'm now prepping the artist for that. And they need to play the guitar in one of the scenes. And they're like, oh my gosh, I have to learn guitar. I'm like, well, first of all, you can totally learn guitar. But for the show, you actually only need to learn this song. So you can learn this song for one scene in a show. And between now and next year, as you're going to start with this song, you're then going to learn to play guitar. And your guitar growth is going to happen slowly over the course of a year, right? So you're like, oh yeah, this is my task. I can handle that. And then from there, the growth can continue. But she's in a show, which will be, that's a first. Oh, I'm playing in London. I'm playing in a pop rock musical that I wrote, and I'm going to learn to play guitar. Like, all these firsts. So we are prepping both the body and the mind and the spirit for all those new things so that you can walk out there confidently. So self-appreciation, gratitude in the morning, self-appreciation, and you're going to suddenly see what a rock star you are, including, oh my gosh, I overcame that fear. Oh, I broke through those nerves. Oh, I let my feelings out. I felt so sad today and I let myself cry. And then I took a break if I needed a break that day. I took time out that I needed. I needed rest. I gave myself rest. That, applaud yourself, pat yourself on the back. Next day, go back to work. Everything. Appreciating yourself for all the things. Really important. That's how we grow. Out of our comfort zone, being comfortable out of our comfort zone. Jordan asked me a question about how do you find community in new spaces? It's a great question. Just want to see if I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Ask me questions, please do. Comments and questions and topics you'd like me to cover in our lives. How do you build community? So there's various ways to do this, right? One is look at what community exists. Are you a songwriter? Find a songwriting community. Like there's a West Coast songwriters community here in California. There's BMI ASCAP. Do you belong? Which program do you belong? Which program? Which PRO do you belong to? Get involved with them. Go to their events. See if you can perform at their events, or can you do live audio for them? Whatever your thing is, see if you can get involved in the community. Go be of service, and then service can lead to a job. So looking first at what exists. What community are you looking to join? What already exists? How can you go be a part of those things? In Los Angeles, Jesse and Friends is an outstanding monthly event for songwriters, and there are songwriters, singers, artists, and producers all in that space. And it's a great place to meet people. What other what things exist like that? One artist I work with started a songwriting thing at their house. They do that regularly, and everyone plays a song, and everyone's meeting each other, and there's collaborations coming out of that. Amazing. So that's what they did, was they made an event. So on one side, you look at what exists out there, you step out of your comfort zone and you go meet new strangers, right? So you go meet strangers who all share some passions that you share: songwriting, singing, performing, whatever, live audio. So go find the community and go be a part of it. Go see how you can be of service to it, see how you can get a job within it. And then on the other side is create your own. You create the community. Who do you want to bring together? What do you want more of in your life? And then you create an event or an experience. It could start with a hang. It could be like, hey, I'm doing a monthly hang for creatives. We're going to go hiking on Sunday. And then the next Sunday, we're going to do brunch in this place. You could do different things that involve music or don't. Like, I just want to hang out and get to know you all. Or, hey, I'm going to start doing one artist in New York. I encouraged them, and they started a writer's round in New York, which really didn't exist there. Nashville does writer round styles where you talk about the song and you sing the song, and then the next person, and you just share about 4 songs that you wrote in that night. They started doing a regular event that was a writer's round style. And so what are they doing? People are reaching out to them to say, hey, I'd love to perform at your event. So make an event, create an event, and draw the people that you want in it. I have the Artist Circle. The Artist Circle was a live event we did every 2 months in LA, Nashville, and New York for about 4 or 5 years. And it took me a minute to even recognize, I was just bringing the people together. I was doing it as a coach to help creatives have a space to meet each other and connect and collaborate. But I recognized that I was like, I want a bigger musical community. I want a community of great people. That's why I also did this, because I like bringing people together. I saw it as being of service to everybody else, but I was like, yeah, you want that though. You want a bigger musical family. And so I'm doing that as the Artist Circle. I'm doing it as an industry circle for music industry. I've done it at NAMM. I've done it at Jump Global. I've done it at music conferences to help create an opportunity for creatives to really meet in a genuine way, to talk with one another and hang out. Sweet. So, any other questions? Any questions? We're going to be doing this regularly. We're going to be doing this stream regularly. I think we're going to be doing it on a Friday at 1 o'clock until otherwise notified. Let me see about next week, because I know that I'm in Nashville next week. I will probably be doing it next week on Friday. We will triple check. But if I'm not, we'll let you know, and then we'll be back the week after, Fridays at 1 o'clock. And if it changes, we'll keep you posted. Join me here. Ask me questions. Today was about getting out of your comfort zone. And I can tell you that the only way you grow as a human is to get in over your head, to be uncomfortable. We don't grow in the status quo. We don't grow in the, everything's cool. I know everything. I've got a handle on it all. I mean, show me anyone who feels that way. When I worked on the film Wonderland, I was the music supervisor. And in that role, it was not actually about licensing songs. Um, with the director and another creative that I brought in on my team, we co wrote and I co produced all this original songs on for the film with the actors performing those songs. And Josh, the director, asked me, he said, I'd like you to be the music supervisor. And I was like, okay, this excites me because I love filmmaking and I've never done this, which means I'll be in over my head. But I also want to know that I can deliver with excellence. So, what does this mean? Like, what do you want me to do? And and he also asked if I would compose it. I said, well, I probably could, but being that I've never worked on a film and I'm going to be doing all of this work with original songs and the actors, I'd like to just do that and let's get a composer to do the score. And that composer was amazing. Did a great job. Sven. So getting in over my head for me was like, this is exciting. I'm going to be doing something I've never done and work on a film and produce all these actors. But I know my skills as a songwriter. I know my skills as a coach and a vocal producer. I know my skills as a music producer. And I was like, yeah, I feel I can deliver this with excellence. And added to that was delivering on a budget, delivering on time, and delivering. There are a lot of things that had to do with the filmmaking. It was being on set with the films and doing it live. It was really fun. And also exciting, stressful because it was so new. So I think it's really important to, wake Misty Voice. If you don't know Misty, go check out Misty Voice. Phenomenal artist and musician. Has toured now with Sarah Bareilles, with, as soon as I want names, they're gone. God, what's the other band that I saw her with? I'm not going to think of it right now. I know I won't because names disappear when I want them. That being said, what I love about Misty is every time I see them do a project, whenever they're working like with a new band, Misty's learning something new, learning to learning a new instrument, learning how to trigger stems. Like they are constantly doing something new for every band that they work with, and I respect it and admire her so much for doing it. And I imagine sometimes she just feels like, oh my God, I'm just, drowning again, or I'm in over my head again. Like, yeah, because you keep challenging yourself and you rise to the occasion because you're phenomenal and you're capable and you put in the work and the discipline and you trust and you know that you did it the last time. And what you learn from doing it the last time, you're going to implement this time, right? Because we take an action, we reflect, we adjust, we do it again. So things that didn't work one time, you're going to adjust for the next time and then try something new, and things you learned along the way you bring to the next one. So I love and respect Misty so much for really just doing something new every time. Love it. And getting better and better all the time for it. And having more skills to offer to the next band and the next gig and to herself on her own project. So super cool. Um, that's getting out of your comfort zone. First is just understanding what it means to get out of your comfort zone, which means stepping into the weird and the unknown, the unfamiliar, being okay to be vulnerable in the unfamiliar, getting tools to make it more steady and easy. And then over time, it doesn't feel weird anymore. In fact, one of the artists I coach said to me, now what we do vocally doesn't feel weird. So I need a new way to check how I'm doing because I can't just say do the weird thing. The weird feels normal now. That's outstanding. That's good progress. So first, we really just recognize I'm uncomfortable because I'm in something unfamiliar. We get comfortable being uncomfortable. We get comfortable being vulnerable. We get the tools we need. We recognize who we are. We practice gratitude and appreciation. And the next session, I'm going to talk about getting uncomfortable with self-promotion. Social media, just the idea of how it can be really uncomfortable as an artist or as a human to self-promote. And we're going to talk about the next time. And if you have things you want me to talk about, put it in the comments, DM me, let me know. I will talk about it. I'm sure we're going to have some surprise guests here for you in my lives. I love communicating and connecting with people, so let me know what you want, and I'll hook you up. Sweet. I'll see you next week. Oh, and if you head over to my Instagram or my YouTube, please follow, subscribe, follow, join my mailing list. We're going to send out blogs. We send out creative tips. I have offers and different things that come out to you. So please do join the community. We have a lot planned over the next year. Sweet. Okay, Mr.